At Mooney & Associates, we're concerned about you. Our professional team is eager to assist you in getting the results you deserve. Please watch this video for answers to some basic questions regarding your rights if you've been injured in an automobile accident.
I was injured in an accident and the insurance company keeps calling. What should I do?
Well, first thing you probably should do is contact an attorney to find out what the attorney has to say about your case. They'll probably ask some questions to find out what rights you have. And first thing that they're going to probably want to know is whether you have the full tort coverage or limited tort coverage on your insurance policy, because that really is going to define what rights you have against somebody else.
Oh, I have full coverage.
Well, full coverage is not the same as full tort. Full coverage basically means that you have coverage to get your car fixed even if it's your fault. Full tort basically means you're paying more for your car insurance, but by paying more for it, you're keeping your rights to pursue claims against at-fault drivers for things like pain and suffering. If you chose the limited tort insurance, you gave up that right to pursue claims for pain and suffering in exchange for some cheaper insurance rates. Now, there are some exceptions to limited tort, so even if you have limited tort, there are times where under certain facts, you can still pursue claims for pain and suffering. For example, if the other driver is convicted of a DUI as a result of the crash, if you happen to be occupying a business-owned vehicle at the time of the crash, if the other driver is operating a vehicle registered out of state, you happen to be a pedestrian or a bicyclist, under any of those sets of facts, you would still maintain that right to pursue claims for pain and suffering, even with limited tort. And those exceptions, they're black and white. Either they apply or they don't. The last exception says if you sustain a serious impairment of a bodily function, you can still pursue claims for pain and suffering. Now, there's no rule identifying which types of injuries are serious and which types of injuries are not, so it's something we really have to look at on a case-by-case basis.
The other driver's insurance representative has offered me money to settle my claim. Should I take it?
Well, that depends upon how you feel and what the status of your injury is. If you've completely recovered from your injury, then it may be in your best interest to think about taking that. But before you would take any offer from an insurance representative, you should consult an attorney and explain your injuries, both the injuries that have occurred to you in the past and how you're feeling now.
The key really is, are you finished with your treatment or not? Are you still having medical problems? If you still require medical treatment for the injuries caused by the crash, then really you're in no position to figure out what your case is worth or do any type of negotiation with an insurance company. Here's kind of a worst case scenario. Let's say they come out and they're offering you $1,000 to close out your claim today. And that sounds great, okay? You get to put $1,000 in your pocket. But if you continue to need medical treatment and 6 months or a year from now, you end up requiring surgery to heal from these injuries, your case is going to be worth a lot more than that $1,000 you settled it for. But if you settled it for $1,000 2 weeks after the accident, it's over forever, even if it turns out later that you made a tremendously bad deal.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, contact Mooney & Associates now for a free informative consultation. We have many locations throughout South Central Pennsylvania, or we can set up an appointment in a place and at a time convenient for you. Call us today to protect your rights. When your future is at stake, contact the law offices of Mooney & Associates.